There's definitely a kind of backlash towards smoking by society as a whole.
It's your freedom to smoke. You can make any choice that you want, but smoke in your house, smoke in your backyard.
When I think about bars, the smell of beer and smoke comes to my nose. I'm kind of addicted to that.
Public health is clearly benefiting from being protected from indoor tobacco smoke. I think it's a small sacrifice that smokers have to pay.
Why can't technology today make it possible for me to smoke and for my smoke to go up and not to harm the people around me?
Until recently, lighting up one of these in a pub was considered a common activity. Since July 1st, the UK government decided to ban smoking inside all public places. Now, if somebody tries to light up a cigarette inside a bar or a pub, he could get a fine of £50, as well as the proprietor could get a fine of £2,500. During the last 500 years, smoking has been a very popular habit across the Western world. It was Ramon Paine in 1493, a monk who accompanied Columbus on his second voyage to the New World, who firstly described how the Indians inhaled smoke through a Y-shaped tube. Enjoying tobacco became something common. In the 50s, smokers were considered sexy or sophisticated or mature in the West. During the 60s, though, the first scientific reports that discovered that smoking was responsible for numerous health problems was published in Britain.
The first really important report came out from the Royal College of Physicians in 1962, and it showed very clearly that smoking causes cancer. It causes lung cancer, but a range of other cancers like cervical cancer, mouth and throat cancer, and so on.
It can affect the vessels of the blood system, and they can cause a condition called atherosclerosis, where there's hardening of the arteries, which then can lead you to things like heart attacks and strokes.
Almost 1 out of 10 deaths in Europe and Northern America is smoking related. Even though the health effects of smoking are known worldwide during almost half a century, there are numerous people that continue to smoke. In England, more than 10 million people smoke today. In other words, 1/4 of the adult population. Jamie is a teacher. He is 39 years old. He has been smoking for more than 20 years.
I can't believe that we're in the 21st century, such draconian regulations, when clearly we're capable of putting extractor fans into bars, we're capable of all this. Why must they pick on us as a minority?
Amy is a student. She is 25 years old. She has been a smoker since she was 18. Even though Amy smokes 5 to 10 cigarettes per day, she told us why she thinks the smoking ban is a good idea.
I hate when you go out here and you're at a club and then you come home and you just reek of cigarette smoke and it just stays in your hair, and even though I'm a smoker, I don't like that. It's disgusting.
At first, I'm a non-smoker. I don't smoke, but all my friends smoke. So I'm against the ban because it will destroy all the vibe of going out and having some beers with cigarettes.
I think even though I've smoked on and off since I was 16, 17, I do consider it as a dirty habit. It's very unhealthy. I hate smoking when I wake up in the morning, if I smoked the night before.
Amanda Sandford is a member of an anti-smoking pressure group in the UK called ASH.
It is important that there are measures to try and curb vehicle emissions to stop pollution from cars and so on. But with smoking, it's much easier to prevent the problem. All you have to do is simply ban it.
How do you feel about the ban?
I'm absolutely jubilant. It's absolutely delighted. I mean, it's a result of many years of campaigning. It's really lovely to see, finally our campaign wishes come true.
In 2004, New Yorkers have bought 7 million cigarettes less than the year before. In Scotland, more than 40,000 people kicked the habit, but at the same time, the pubs faced an 11% sales fall since last year when the ban was introduced. Lastly, in New Zealand, although tobacco consumption has fallen by a third since the early 90s, after the ban was introduced, the number started rising again. 73% of the English population agreed with the government's decision. Even so, this assessment raised many questions in terms of tolerance, personal choice and free will.
Future historians of this country may well conclude that ours has been an age in which the new Puritanism has taken control, and its frontman, its leader, has not been Mr. Blair, but the great clunking fist who will become Prime Minister.
Very much. This is just the start of a slippery slope. Next they'll be tackling drinkers, then they'll be tackling obesity. What next after that? I think there's a bit of Big Brother about it. They just want to make sure they know who's who and who's doing what. And I don't think I want to live in a country that's like that.
It's an incredible invasion of privacy, it's authoritarian, it's not fair, and it's going to make my life a misery.
There has never been a proper study carried out to determine whether or not passive smoking is seriously ill. I don't believe all this nonsense we read about passive smoking killing thousands of people in this country.
Simon Clark is a speaker of an anti-smoking group called Forest. Forest doesn't accept any scientific results that say that passive smoking kills.
All of the medical and scientific authorities agree that second-hand smoke is a serious cause of illness and death.
The only people who consistently questioned the scientific evidence on passive smoking are the tobacco companies, and people allied to the tobacco companies.
On the other hand, smoke-friendly supporters have a number of other arguments against a smoking ban.
Why can't we have 50% of bars and restaurants smoke-free, and the other 50% would, accommodate smokers?
And what's the argument that people put forward in favour of allowing smoking in certain places overlooks the fact that they are still workplaces. So if you have a pub that has a smoking room, still people have to go in there to clean it.
It costs about 1.5 billion for what they call smoking-related diseases. We raised 9.4 billion in taxes.
It's a very difficult addiction to quit. Anyone who's smoked will know that. The nicotine in cigarettes is as addictive as heroin or cocaine.
During the first month after the ban, sales in pubs have fallen about 2.5%. Since the summer has been really rainy, it can't be said clearly that it's the ban's fault that the sales have fallen. On the other hand, the first country which introduced the ban of smoking was Nazi Germany. The Nazis have banned smoking in almost all public places, and Hitler himself gave awards to people who quit the habit.
I mean, he was an evil man, but doesn't mean to say that his ideas on other things were necessarily bad.
The smoking ban law will be reviewed in 3 years' time. Until then, if the smokers do not quit, their only option will be to smoke either in their homes or outdoors.
How many cigarette smokers we got in the house? Alright, this song is for you, alright? I wish you wasn't inside because the smoke was lit up.
But it is just about the worst thing anyone can do, really, in terms of lifestyle choice.
Several years of my life, and it just ain't right. What's your perception of love? Say, now how many times did we say it was over? And how many times did we lie? There's no sense in this love hangover. Please come back to me. 'Cause I can't forget your ways. I still remember our first days. Oh, I'm nervous and trembling, smoking cigarettes at night. And I'm wondering where you've been. Smoking cigarettes at night. Baby, I can't go with these. Smoking cigarettes at night. 'Cause you're the one, baby. Smoking cigarettes. Now listen, I'm gonna tell y'all how many kinds of cigarettes I smoke. Tell them.